Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, having more problems with the state. As you may know, for some reason I've had a few different reasons why they've decided to tell me what I can and can't do on my property. This one is, I guess, a little bit more of a good reason in a way. I'm having to kind of remodel my garage. You might notice there's a lot of stuff missing and moved around, and actually over the past few months I've been doing the vlog thing, going around and just kind of keep an update on what I've been doing in the garage, and I might have talked about the reasons. Like I said, it's been a few months that I've been working on all this right here, and so the reasons why, I'll just tell you right up front. I have a little apartment over here in my garage, and somehow or another, back in the 80s when it was built, it wasn't properly permitted, and now when they forced us to put the sewer stuff in, when they were doing some of the inspections on that, and I had them doing the sewer into the garage because there's a bathroom in there, and I assumed everything was a-okay. When I bought the house, I was told everything was a-okay. For renting that out and stuff, and needless to say it wasn't, and they wanted to come in and tell me I have to update this to today's standards basically, which would just has been a total nightmare. But anyways, beyond that, part of updating it to the standards was this: between here, the garage, and there, the apartment, the walls and everything had to be completely sealed up and fire coated. So that's what I'm basically doing in this video, but because of that I had to completely make my garage almost unusable by taking everything from this side and shoving it over on that side. I have some of that in the video already, so you'll see that. But anyhow, that's the background of why I'm doing this and what's going to be going on in this video. It's going to be kind of probably pieced and parked together. They're just little, this is what's going on at the time, basically because of this I'm going to run out of some content of regular things that I normally do, and there's some definite kind of neat stuff to see as we go along, and there's going to be some videos on organization and rebuilding these here. You know, I'm moving everything around. When I have it all torn apart, I might as well put it back as neat and tidy and organized as I possibly can with the limited budget that I have. So anyhow, without further ado, here's the rest of the video. Here we are. This is no man's land, or point of no return, whatever we want to call it, during that part of the day where I put everything. It usually never moves. Everything obviously finally moved. One good thing about having to do this is that I have to do it, so no more procrastinating on getting some of this kind of stuff done, even though it's all stuff that could have waited until I had more money and time to do it. I still got to do this here. That's why this little thing here is still here. I'll have a separate video on that if you want to figure out what that is. But this all over here was already sheetrocked, although they nailed it instead of screwing it, so half of it's falling off, including the ceiling. They only nailed it. The wall, and I will have it completely cleared off and ready to go. Now, in case you're lost, this is where the Mustang is usually at. My tire machine's usually right there, so all of it's going to change, and it'll give me a chance to put everything back in some sort of orderly fashion, hopefully. And I'm not planning on probably doing any painting, or and pretty much all I'm going to do is seal up the seams as far as drywall is concerned, or not drywall, but the as far as finishing it anyway. I probably won't be doing any painting. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet, but for right now I just thought I'd kind of give you a little bit of update where I'm at. Thought I should just go ahead and do a little bit of shooting on me taking this thing apart. I've done an awful lot of projects on the top of this here bench, and it was used for the outfeed for my saw that is sitting over here. So in the middle of still tearing things apart to reorganize and make the state happy with me. Well, I think we're all done for now anyways, putting up all the sheetrock. We got all the baseboard done there. I got a video on that if you want to figure out a cheap way or learn a cheap way to do baseboard, especially if it's in an area where either you want some more rustic look, or so we'll be interrupted by my battery going dead. I was about to say I actually think it looks pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that. It's not exactly what I was going for in my garage, but I'm planning on kind of probably redoing some of this stuff later anyway. Right now I am just trying to pass the fire code here for the apartment on the other side of this wall. So there we are. Look at that. This is the cleanest this side of the garage has been since I moved into this house 20 something odd years ago probably. But we're all done now as far as this, I hope. I still actually need to have inspection done. But anyhow, I thought I'd kind of give you show you where I was at. Definitely going to start doing some serious situating and organizing, so keep an eye out for some videos on that. The window, I don't know if you can see that, the window trim with the same stuff as I did the border with here. So one little thing on that, make sure when you measure this side you don't screw up and measure this side incorrectly, or these boards will be sticking out here and you'll have to cut them down. It's a pain in the butt, but too little too late. But I wasn't about to redo everything or buy any more materials, because like I said, some of this might change later on anyways, just for because all this over here is going to change. And speaking of this over here, here's the caveat to the problem I'm having with having to get all these, because there used to be cupboards up here on this wall and down here and all that. Well, here we go. Wait for it. And the Mustang used to be right here. Here's cupboards there, Mustang. You can barely see the Mustang back there, and yes, it is all covered up again with junk. Not because I got lazy and decided to start piling stuff on it. Well, it was sort of because of that, but not because I'm stopping working on it. It's because I had to move everything from over here to over here. So like I said, there's going to be some serious reorganization going on. I'm going to move those cupboards over there off that wall and probably bring them over here. I haven't really decided exactly what I'm going to do. Same thing over here. I had to remove my compressor to work on this back here, so I went ahead and put a good plug in. For any of you that noticed nothing but wires hanging out of this wall, hook it up to this compressor, which isn't doing a very good job anyway. I'm having to kind of by hand turn it off sometimes. I need to get a new switch for that, but yet again, another video, another day. But here's all this crap underneath my awning thing here. I don't know, my loft here, I guess is what you'd call it. In case you're wondering what this area is, this was the area of no return kind of area where I shoved stuff and it never moved, so it finally moved. I might already talked about that. But like I said, all I got is this one little place back here. All this junk's piled up here. All the junk piled up there. That's actually pretty organized up there right now. I actually kind of went through some of that before. And then I can walk down this side of the Mustang here and get to my garage door if I need to for some reason, and to get to my tools and things like that. Anyhow, this is kind of going to be a before, and as I organize, you'll see the after. So we'll move on from here. Alright, well YouTube, we passed. So next up is getting organized. So now that I can put this all back together and I am done with the state, hopefully for good. We'll see. They keep bugging me for some reason with all kinds of different things that have gone on. Anyhow, so this is all passed. We're all done. Organization. That's going to take a little while, but I am going to start doing some videos on it, so the whole garage is going to completely change, I hope. So keep an eye out for those videos. Alright, well, this has probably been a long enough vlog, and obviously the dog next door wants to be in on it. So this is Sam, Jack of all, master of none. You all have a good one.